Critters, we are back again. This time we are going to do a cast reaction for The Legend of Vox Machina. Now, I don't know a lot of voice actors really, really well. I'm really, really bad at it. I've only recently been finding a lot of the Critter cast and things. So, if I'm not super surprised, it's not because I don't like them. Honestly, you should make a drinking game out of it, because you don't know whether or not you're going to drink. Either choose one side or the other. If I know the person, drink. If I don't know the person, drink, because it'll probably be very entertaining for you. But I'm excited to see who they have. The only two predictions, which they may not even show here, but I hope come to fruition. I kind of want Matt to do Gilmore, purely from the fact that that was the only character he seemed to like have a super attachment to doing. But if he doesn't get the part, which again is their own choice, I know they're gonna do him justice, because I know how important that character is to him. But it's the only little one I want. Also, I want Brian Foster to have like a character guest voice, maybe someone who gets killed, like that guy at the Red Band trailer. I don't know. That's my one other want. Either way, let's get started. Let's check this out. I am so hyped to see these guys.
When we first played through this campaign, we would have never imagined that we would get some of these names to be voices on our show.
I mean, I feel like a broken record when I just keep fanboying over the actors who are playing these characters, but I'm a fanboy for all the actors who are playing these characters. Ah.
Oh no, they're all so good.
I can't believe these people are working on the show.
It's an interesting circumstance to be developing an animated series where I created and performed so many of these characters. Oof. And then now we have the opportunity to bring them to life.
Imagine Matt doing 200
and I should
voices.
not play all of them. I'm genuinely really excited for and have been excited to find the right people to breathe life into these characters in ways that I never could.
Just like the player characters, all of these NPCs that you've seen, they have a piece of Matt in them. They feel like friends. So when we were casting it, there has been that deep amount of levels of consideration to make sure that they will truly be the exact perfect fit.
Part of us will always want Matt to voice every old man, woman, child, but it's been surreal to hear the guests we've had come in
so much
and
to
bring
ask
some
from
of
one
these
person.
long-cherished characters to life.
One of those NPCs that is beloved by all is Sean Gilmore of Gilmore's Glorious Goods. And after a lot of back and forth with Matt himself was actually the one that was very adamant about allowing someone else to take a shot at this beloved character.
That's 100%
I wanted to
fair.
make sure that his importance to the story was given the care that it deserved.
We really wanted to find somebody who is funny and still full of life, and I think we found him.
Sunil Malhotra has done an incredible job of portraying Gilmore.
Sean Gilmore is, in my imagination, a naughty, sexy, mischievous cat. If he's not selling his wares, he's selling
This is
himself.
pretty damn accurate.
Sunil brings playfulness, charisma, respect.
I feel very
So,
close to Gilmore.
Don't know
He's
this
just full of
gentleman already,
energy
unfortunately.
and life and verve. That is like hand in glove for me.
He is bringing a very unique flair and passion to the role, and is really good at hooking a finger under Vax's chin still.
What we ended up with was enough of Matt's version of the character that we still recognize him as the Gilmore that we fell in love with, but this new spin, a new take that has an authenticity that we could not have gotten if Matt had played the character.
The voice really hits everything that you want out of Gilmore. I'm quite pleased.
As Matt painted it, Exandria is such a broad, diverse, crazy place filled with all kinds of voices from...
We're just going to do like a quick pause here. I'm a little sad that Massa's doing it, but get people of color to play characters of color. Again, Matt was the only one I would have kind of wanted to do it otherwise, but like, as far as I'm concerned, they're doing the right thing. So good on them for that.
Around the realm, and to populate that with voice actors who aren't just the main 8 cast
Dog
members in
person.
Critical Role was always a big goal of ours. to make this world feel expansive and real.
This show is a great big stew of unbelievable casting choices and people that you have been waiting for and knew were going to be part of it.
We are blessed with choice when it comes to extremely talented people that happen to be friends of ours. And so there have been opportunities in the series to have people like Kari Payton.
Not unfamiliar to Critical Role fans for his portrayal as Shikasta, or in Undeadwood.
One I know.
Sovereign Uriel is
I
a huge
loved
part, which meant
Undeadwood.
that we needed a huge
Really,
voice.
you guys
Kari
should
Payton
try it
was
if you
someone
haven't.
We turned to for that, and he delivered instantly. He has a level of regality
That's so
to his
good.
voice that you just can't ignore.
He just brings so much weight and integrity to Uriel, and
That's
gives it
amazing.
even more character than I would have imagined.
We're trying with some of the casting to make sure that everybody you want to hear who's been a part of the family sneaks in there every now and then. Felicia Day is a perfect example of someone you will hear rattling around Tal'Dorei.
Well, you'll hear her doing her level best to defend Amon against its enemies in a few of the early episodes.
For Amon, as one!
We would not be here without Felicia Day. She took a chance on us, she saw the possibility, and we knew that we wanted to use her.
We also have people that we have known and love, such as Bobby Hall.
Okay, we'll take you in.
Bobby.
But the bear waits outside.
Just
Good old Bobby Hall got to play some guards in some of the earlier episodes.
He blew us away. He was phenomenal.
Also stepping up for a character favorite from the Vox Machina campaign is Eugene Bird as Jarrett. Jarrett got a new role in this show.
Eugene
He is now a
Bird.
captain of the
I
arms
don't
of
know
Amon
if
in
I know
the
this
animated
name.
series.
I think Jared is one of the
Oh.
coolest characters in the campaign.
Jared is the kind of guy that you need to prove it to him. You need to prove it to him more than a few times.
Eugene is like such a wonderful
I don't
human
know
being and
Eugene
such a
Bard,
wonderful person.
but
He
I
was in
love
Gears of War
Jarrett
with me,
having a
and I was so
bigger role.
excited
I
when he
love.
passed.
General Krieg is a character
Jarrett.
from our early home game days that some fans may not be super familiar with, but he did reside on the Council of Tal'Dorei, and we had to turn to a big voice for his character.
Hello, my name is David Tennant, and I'm playing General Krieg.
David
What the
Tennant's in our
fuck?
show?
Okay.
What?
Being
Holy
able to bring him on
shit.
board to bring an NPC like Krieg to life. A
Oh my
pre-streamed
God.
NPC. So he
Oh my
really is the
God.
one that brings it to life for the community as well for the first time.
I can't believe you made it out alive.
He was so excited to be part of this project because he had seen the path that it took.
I think it's fantastic. I think this is how all shows should be pitched. They should all start in somebody's front room and end up on television. Why not?
Knowing what that character is going to be required to do, David
I
was
like that.
fantastic to work with.
We
Oh
also
my
had
God.
guest appearances by Tony Hale.
Of Veep fame is our Fence. He transformed into this slimy, scheming Fence so brilliantly.
Playing the head cleric is Anjali Bhamani.
Anjali,
Her dulcet
she's
tones
a
matched
wonderful.
perfectly with the
That's
character.
amazing.
Don't want to forget Cassandra DeRollo, sister of Percy, played by
Esme
Esme
Creed
Creed Miles. The Tavern Keeper, which
I
was
should-
a
I should know
fan-created
that name, but I
character,
don't.
voiced by Mason Alexander
Oh.
Park, who was incredible. They knocked it out of the booth. The goddess voice of the Everlight is
Tracy.
Tracy
I
Toms.
do know her. I
Incredible
love her.
voice, incredible performer.
And One Punch Man himself, Max Middleman, as Desmond, the coachman for the devious Briarwoods.
Bryn, who is a brand new character to the series, is voiced by Stacey Raymond. Also in the Whitestone crew as Keeper Yenin, we have Gina Torres.
Your first
Nope.
take of her is really someone of great calm.
I'm so
and
bad with this. I'm
spirituality,
sorry,
but
guys.
she has a much
Hopefully, if you're
greater
doing a drinking
agenda.
game, this
She
is
also
fun
has
so
some
far.
tricks up her sleeve, which make her badass.
When it came to the character of Archibald Desney, we made some changes to the character overall and also wanted to push this young rebel leader with a voice print that we thought would do it justice. We're big fantasy fans, so again, in Shooting for the Moon, we reached out to Dominic Monaghan, and he said yes.
Archibald is
Oh, wait.
a kind of buccaneering,
The-
swarthy
fucking- oh my God,
man of
okay.
short stature.
That took me
He
a second.
tends to let his fists and
That
his
height comparison,
axe
though?
do the talking.
He just sounds like such a badass dwarf.
Then we need to make our next move count. Gather every able-bodied fighter in Whitestone.
This is
We have a
great.
Hobbit on our show.
I know.
It's amazing.
What the
Also,
fuck,
Stephen
guys?
Root. We are huge fans of his, from everything from Office Space to Barry. The way that he chews and works with his words gave a whole new shape to the character of Anders.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, you're wasting time.
Vedmeyer also cuts an extremely intimidating profile And we knew with a half giant of his size, we needed a voice to match it. You can't go wrong with Rory McCann, the Hound of Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Dr. Anna
Rory,
Ripley is another
okay.
one of the Briarwood henchmen
I did not know
we
that.
knew we needed to bring to life.
Ooh,
and
Ripley.
Kelly Hu does an incredible job of that.
Don't play dumb. It won't end well for
That's exciting.
Kelly is
Oh my god.
It's a really, really
Taliesin
sharp
must love her so
So
much.
two of the NPCs that obviously jumped to our mind in the beginning was Lady Allura Vysoren and obviously Lady Kima of Vord. Big shoes, big characters, beloved by all. And we quickly turned to an angelic voice from Game of Thrones, Indira Varma, for Lady Allura Vysoren.
She has this grace and this prim quality to her.
I must object, Sir Finch. We don't even know what the creature is.
Mhm.
Demon? Elemental?
That's
and how do you propose we capture
It does. It's so perfect. It's so
Very
perfect.
delicate, soft, but powerful dialogue.
I love you, Matt. I love your voice as Allura, but it's so amazing to hear the woman come to life.
And then her partner in crime, Kima of Vord, played by the incredibly funny Stephanie Beatriz.
She has just the perfect cadence and perfect deadpan delivery and just nails it with her total disdain for the entire group of Vox Machina.
She's large and in
As we
charge,
all.
even though she's under 4 feet tall.
Stephanie is a fantastic badass of the utmost variety.
Playing a badass is an internal thing. It is about the space that you've decided that you take up. It isn't about how small or big you are.
She just like got it immediately and sounds exactly like I pictured Kima sounding.
While I miss Matt as Lady Kima, I'm pretty happy with who we got.
Another immensely talented voiceover actress, the illustrious Grey Griffin. She is our Delilah Briarwood.
Villains, I've been playing them for decades, and they're just so deliciously
I don't know her.
wonderful to play.
Delilah is a very complicated villain.
I liken her to sort of like a big cat. I'll kill you when I'm feeling like it, but right now I'm just having
Big
fun.
Cat sounds
She
accurate.
grasped so many facets of the subtlety and that brimming intensity and threat, while still keeping that cordial, presentery upper crust.
She relishes in the villainous aspect.
Upper
But she really
crust.
gets
The heart of Delilah.
She does do horrible, horrible things, but it's all in the name of love, so you have to root for her. just a little
Exactly.
bit.
No,
We also have
but
the
yes.
talented Darren DePaul joining us as Kyrian Stonefell.
He's grotesque, he's evil,
I love
he's
DePaul so much.
disgusting,
I remember
he
him.
is a
He's
mess.
wonderful.
So I'm sure we're like, of course, Darren. He's disgusting, he's evil, he's a mess. We've got to make it him.
Darren is, I'm not convinced is human. He can make creatures come out of him that don't really make sense.
Nobody's going to get into that part of the basement of their voice like Darren can.
Death to the Derolers! There's the great joy in playing someone who just doesn't give a damn.
Watching this universe come to life, it's bigger and more complex than I even imagined.
These are adult stories, adult themes, and because it's animated, it means that you can do so much more.
Anything that you can think of, anything that you can dream up, that can be brought to life in the world of animation.
Who would have thought that we would get to tell these stories in this medium, and people aren't ready for how vibrant and exciting it looks?
Yeah, we are.
It's very like those
We
cartoons
very
that we
much
watched
are.
as a kid. It kind of reeks of nostalgia.
Was
but
that
with
Gilmore
swear words.
Shop?
And what could be better?
It feels like our little group is just starting to expand and grow.
For many, many years, this was truly a world that only existed in a handful of people's imagination.
It feels like these characters that we have lived with for years now have been given new life.
The fact that there are all these critters who are invested in this means that, fuck, it needs to be seen, it needs to be made.
This is because of you, and I know it brings tears to my eyes. It's kind of an amazing thing.
Indulge and engage with this moment that you helped create, because without you, it would not have been.
Knowing
You
that The
guys,
Legend of Vox
me too, a
Machina
little bit.
was creator made from top to bottom, there's a certain magic to that I don't think you can get anywhere else.
People say stuff like, this is your world, you created this stuff. Like, I, to a degree, helped to facet it, but I am one of many storytellers.
You did a lot, Matt. You did a lot.
The community that watched this, and all these artists, developers, and designers. This is a continued expansion of that collaboration, and collaboration is key. This isn't my world anymore. This is our world.
that shit got me emotional. Okay, so I knew like 5 to like 8 of those voices out of like the 20 that they talked about, so like not a great job on my part. I'm not great with those voices. Also, if you watch me play D&D, I personally am not great with doing voices, so it's just not a talent that I have a lot of talent in. I want to know who they're gonna get to voice the Vox Machina. No, I had that joke set up and I just butchered it every time. But yeah, wow, that was amazing. That caught me teary-eyed a lot. Guys, 5 days. It's so fucking close. Alright. Thank you again for coming here. I hope this got you as emotional as it did for me. I hope you are as hyped as I am. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you back for The Legend of Vox Machina real soon.